Dear students, today we are going to discuss three topics. What are they? First topic is conjugate of a complex number. First one is conjugate. What is meaning of conjugate? Conjugate of a complex number. If any complex number is given, how to find conjugate of that complex number? We can discuss now. What is meaning of conjugate? See, let Z is equal to A plus IB, which belongs to complex number. Now you know that A is the real part, B is the imaginary part, A comma B are real numbers, that you know. Now I want to discuss conjugate of this complex number. So the conjugate of complex number Z is denoted by Z bar. Conjugate of a complex number is denoted by what? Z bar. So conjugate is denoted by what? Z bar. So Z is equal to A plus IB. Then what is Z bar? How to find conjugate of a complex number? So only one thing, just you have to remember that replaced I by minus I. If minus I is, then you have to again I. Okay, so what happened? Just you have to change the sign. If replaced I by minus I, so what you will get here? Z bar is equal to A minus IB. What you will get here? Z bar is equal to A minus IB here. See, so if Z is, it is also belongs to complex number. So what happened? If Z is A plus IB, what is Z bar? A minus IB. What I did here? Instead of I put here minus I. So I am replacing this I by minus I. So for example, if Z is 2 plus 3I, then what is Z bar? 2 minus 3I. Okay? So I am replacing. I am not changing the real part. I am changing the imaginary part. Not imaginary well. So if the imaginary part is 3, it become what? Minus 3. Because I replaced I by minus I here. So what happened here? Real part not changes. Only changing this part. So for example, if Z is equal to minus 1 plus 2I. So what is Z bar? My question. So minus 1 keep as it is, but instead of I, what I am writing here? Minus I. So you are writing finally minus 2I. This is what Z bar. Okay. So next here if write one more see example. For example, minus 2 minus 5I means Z bar is what? Tell me. Minus 2 keep as it is, only changing replaced I by minus I. So already minus is there, minus into minus plus. So plus 5I. Yes. Now suppose Z is equal to 3 minus 5I. What happens Z bar? 3 plus 5I, which means replace I by minus I here, minus into minus plus. I think everybody understand by these examples. So how to find conjugate of the complex number Z? In the while we are finding the conjugate, we are not changing the real part. Real part keep as it is. Only I am replacing that I by minus I. Then you will get conjugate of the complex number. Geometrically also you can understand here. So what happened here? See, geometrically I want to explain. For example, suppose Z is here, suppose somewhere here 2, here 3, you are geometrically organ diagram, if you do 2 comma 3 is one complex number, that is Z. Tell me now what is Z bar? 2 minus 3i. Here 2 has minus 3 is here. Is 2 suppose, here it is suppose 3. 2 comma 3 here. Then what is 2 comma minus 3? Z bar is 2 comma minus 3. So the complex number Z is this, then the complex number Z bar is this. What you understand here? The complex, sorry, here the conjugate of the complex number is mirror image. Mirror image through the x-axis. Reflection through the x-axis. Whatever the distance from here to here, you should have same distance. You call mirror image, like mirror. So it is reflection. So what I can say now? So in the first quadrant, if the complex number is in the first quadrant, the conjugate of that complex number you are getting as mirror image of the complex through the x-axis. If it is in first quadrant, what happens Z bar? It is fourth quadrant. Similarly, what happened here? Minus 1 comma plus 2i geometrically. Suppose minus 1 comma 2 which lies in which quadrant? X is negative, y is positive. So it is, I think, here somewhere. It is in second quadrant. Z is here. Then minus 1 minus 2 third quadrant. Is it? Yes. So it is mirror image only. Same value minus 1. So here suppose Z is here third quadrant. Minus 2 minus 5. What happened Z bar? Minus 2 plus 5. Minus 2 plus 5 means what? Real part is same. But what happened? The imaginary part become 5. Means minus 2 plus 5 means x is negative, y is positive. Means you are getting Z bar here. What happened if Z is this? What is Z bar? Like this. Mirror image to the x. Z is here. Then Z bar is here. Suppose Z is equal to 3 minus 5. I mean x axis 3, y value minus 5. Means x positive 3 and y negative means fourth quadrant. So then what is Z bar? X positive same but y is positive means lies in which quadrant? First quadrant. So what happened in all cases you observe here? All cases if you observe what I am understand geometrically. So when any complex number is given, then the conjugate of that complex number is mirror image through the x-axis. Means if Z is present in the first quadrant, the Z bar lies in fourth quadrant. If Z is present in fourth quadrant, Z bar present in first quadrant. Geometrically also I am explaining here only, you can observe to understand easily, briefly I told you here. So geometrically also. So for example, Z is equal to Z lies in the second quadrant, then Z bar lies in third quadrant because it is mirror image through the x-axis. Okay. If Z is lies in third quadrant, then Z bar lies in second quadrant. Okay. By this, you can understand the meaning of what? The meaning of conjugate of how to find conjugate means just replace I by minus I. So you have the definition in your textbook. What is the definition he given? For any complex number Z is equal to A plus IB, Z bar is written as A minus IB. You can write that. Okay. So by that from the textbook you can also write. Otherwise you can directly Z is equal to A plus IB. Then Z bar is A minus IB. This is what conjugate of the complex number. I think you understand. And now we have to write some note points, some important points. What about complex number? What is the first note? You can observe here. So you have the doubt. Yes, madam. If the Z present in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, those things you explained. But suppose Z lies on the real axis or Z lies on the imaginary axis. Yes. Then what happened? It's a Z bar. You have the doubt. Yes. So in the Argand diagram, Z present first, second, third, fourth. Let us discuss about Z bar. It's mirror image of the x-axis. Now my question is, suppose Z is equal to 2 comma 0. What is Z bar? Tell me the answer. Z is 2 comma 0 means lies in where? X-axis. Is it? So 2 comma 0 is Z is here. If Z is 2 comma 0, what is Z bar? Z bar lies where? Tell me now. Anybody? Yes. Z bar. Z is equal to, if I written in the complex form, 2 plus I into 0. Z bar how to write? 2 minus I into 0. Replace I by minus I. See, here I into 0 means 0. Here I into 0, 0. Okay, again 2 you are getting. 2 minus 0 is equivalent to again what? 2 only. 2 minus 0 is equivalent to 2. Means what happened if Z is equal to 2? Z bar also 2. Means if with the given complex number is in the form of real number, means if the imaginary part is 0, what is the imaginary part here? 0. Then that it's a conjugate of the complex number whose imaginary part is 0. You are getting that conjugate of that complex number is itself. Okay, let us discuss briefly in some more examples and write down that note point. Okay, so what I am telling here, so what is the first point? Okay. What is the first point you are writing? A plus IB whole bar can written as A minus IB. That you studied. Yes. Okay, next. Second point. Second point is what I am telling. If Z is equal to A comma 0, what is Z bar? Again A comma 0. Why? Why? Since if Z you can A comma 0 means A plus I into 0 in the form of. But you know that if Z is equal to A plus I be 0, what is Z bar? Replaced I by minus I. So A minus I into 0. So A minus I into 0 is equivalent to what? Again A comma 0 only. Yes, because A minus I into 0 is nothing but you are getting what? A only. You simplify it is 0. So again you are getting what? Z. So what you understand? Z is equal Z bar. Z bar is equal to Z. When if Z is a real number. If purely real, it means real number. Real number means what? Z is purely real number means what? Imaginary part of Z is equal to 0. In the given complex number, if the imaginary part is 0, what happens? That Z becomes a real number. If Z is a real number, means only it lie on the x-axis. Then that if you get conjugate, if you write the conjugate, again you are getting itself. So finally what is my conclusion from this? If Z is a real number, then its conjugate is nothing but itself only. Okay, so next my question is, if Z is purely imaginary, if Z is purely imaginary means what? Purely imaginary number means, already I discussed in the first session, purely imaginary means what? Purely imaginary means A equal to 0 means I think something like this, 0 comma B. Purely imaginary means like 0 plus I into B. This is IB. Means here A is equal to 0. For those, only if they have imaginary part, there is no real part. That is called purely imaginary. If Z is purely imaginary, then Z bar is what? Tell me. If Z is equal to IB, na? So how to find Z bar? Replace I by minus I. So minus IB. Yes. So minus IB is nothing but what? What is minus IB? Then also write 0 comma minus B. Ordered pair form. Now tell me 0 comma minus B is nothing but minus Z. Now what you understand here? Z bar is equal to minus Z. When you are getting Z bar equal to minus Z, if Z is purely imaginary number. Yes. So purely imaginary means what? Real part of that Z is equal to 0. If the real part of Z is equal to 0 means purely imaginary. In that case, the conjugate of that complex number is minus of itself, means minus Z. Clear? So this is your third point. First point is next fourth one. What I am telling the next point here. So similarly I bar, what is I bar? Minus I, na? So minus I bar means I bar. Okay, both are mutual. Next, Z belongs to C. I am written this in this form. For example, any complex number you can written like this. Is it correct? See that z plus z bar by 2 plus I into z minus z bar by 2. Is it correct? My question. Can I write this? Anybody? Is it true or not? You can verify. You can verify that any complex number you can written like this. Which? Yes. Why? You can take RHS. What is RHS? See, RHS, left right hand side. See, observe properly. Z plus z bar by 2 plus I into z minus z bar by 2i. Suppose this side cancel. What is happening? Z minus z bar by 2. Then adding. Adding means z by 2 plus z by 2. What happened? 2z by 2. Z bar by 2 minus z bar by 2 cancel. I already cancelled. Then what is left here? Z by 2 plus z bar by 2 plus z by 2 minus z bar by 2. So z bar by 2 minus z bar by 2 cancel. What is left? 2z by 2. 2 cancel. Finally z you get. Z is nothing but LHS. What I understood? If RHS simplify, you are getting LHS. Means I can possible to write Z is equivalent to this. It is correct. Just I am written in this form because if you simplify RHS, you are getting obviously LHS. So what is the meaning of this here? Every complex number you can written in this form. How Z plus Z bar by 2 is a real part. Z minus Z bar by 2i is imaginary part. Every complex number Z you can return, the real part is Z plus Z bar by 2. The imaginary part is Z minus Z bar by 2i. If you simplify, again you are getting the given complex number Z. So just I am written in the notation form. So what I am doing here. Okay. So what is the meaning here? Z is equal to A plus IB, where A is equal to Z plus Z bar by 2, B is equal to Z minus Z bar by 2i. This is real part of Z. This is imaginary part of Z. Okay, so every complex number you can written in the form of A plus IB, where A is equal to Z plus Z bar by 2, Z minus Z bar by 2i. So this is real part of Z and B is imaginary part of Z. Just for notation purpose, you can also possible to write in some problems it is useful. So that's why I explained it. Now our next topic is what is our next topic? We completed our 4 points. I think everybody understand now what is meaning of conjugate geometrically. How to find how we can explain about conjugate of the complex number. Yes. So means finally what you understand, if the given complex number lies in the first quadrant, then how the conjugate of that complex number is in fourth quadrant. If it is lies in second, then the conjugate is third mutually. Similarly, if the conjugate the given number is lies on the x-axis, means it is a real number, the conjugate is itself only. If the complex number lies on y-axis, imaginary axis, means it's purely imaginary, then its conjugate lies on what? If it's suppose positive y-axis the point lies, then its conjugate lies in negative y-axis. Here, is it? If the given number is on negative y-axis, negative imaginary axis, then the conjugate is positive minus, because replaced by minus sign. So like this you understand about conjugate, how to find conjugate of a given complex number theoretically and geometrically. Now very important, now we will discuss about properties of properties means here which property is applicable for complex. You have one theorem. For that you have given one theorem. What is the theorem here? If alpha belongs to complex number, beta belongs to the complex number, then the following results hold. What is the results here? First one is alpha plus beta whole bar is equal to alpha bar plus beta bar. Second one, alpha into beta bar is equals alpha bar into beta bar. Third one, alpha bar whole bar is equal to alpha. Fourth one, if beta not equal to 0, then if beta not equal to 0, then alpha bar by beta whole bar is equal alpha bar by beta. This is your theorem statement. You have textbook. Now I want to give the proof and meaning of that statement. Okay. What is the first one? If alpha and beta are the two complex numbers, what is the first point? The sum. What is the meaning? LHS's meaning is what? First to do the sum of the two complex numbers. Then you have to find the conjugate. Is it equivalent to? First to find the conjugate individually, then you have to do the sum. Okay. Similarly here, first you have to do the product. Then after doing the product, then find the conjugate. Is equivalent to first to do the conjugates individually alpha and beta, then do the product. So here if you both two times if you apply the conjugate, you are getting itself. If division alpha by beta whole bar is alpha bar by beta bar, means first you do the division, then you apply conjugate, or individually you do apply conjugate, then you do the division. Both are same. LHS is equal to R. This is the meaning, but theoretically how we give the proof, let us see. So let us see here, alpha is what? A plus IB. Let us assume beta is equal to what? C plus IB, where A, B, C, D are belongs to real numbers. Okay. Now what is my LHS here? Alpha plus beta. First we are finding. What is alpha plus beta? A plus IB plus C plus ID. Just addition. Do the addition. You are getting A plus C. Do addition. Plus I common B plus D. The real part is A plus C. The imaginary part is B plus. Adding the real parts, adding the imaginary part here. So now alpha plus beta is this. Now tell me, what is alpha plus beta whole bar? Means A plus C plus I into B plus D whole bar. Bar means what is the real? Imaginary. Replace I by minus I. So alpha plus beta bar is equivalent to A plus C minus I into B plus D. Now this is again I can written here A, shall I simplify this like this? A minus IB plus C minus ID. Which if you do addition, are you getting same thing? The real part. What is the real part? A and C. A plus C. Okay. Minus. Here if you do the same thing I am writing here. Minus IB minus ID minus common B plus G. Okay. So what happened if you simplify this step? You are getting the previous step. So same thing I am written in this way. Both are same. Now tell me, what is meaning of A minus IB? Alpha bar. What is C minus ID? Beta bar. If I take LHS, I proved RHS. First point is completed. LHS is equal to RHS. Here alpha is equal to A plus IB means alpha bar is A minus IB. If beta is C plus ID means beta bar is equivalent to C minus ID. Which? Okay. So what I proved here? First I took LHS, then I proved RHS. So LHS first to do addition, then I am applying conjugate. It is equivalent to alpha bar plus beta. Next point. Second one, multiplication. So what is the second one? Alpha beta whole bar equal to alpha bar into beta bar. That I have to prove. So what is LHS? First multiplication, alpha beta. What is alpha beta? A plus IB into C plus ID. Do the multiplication. You are getting what? AC. AC minus BD plus I into AD plus BC. You do the simplification, you are getting like this. No? Multiplication. The real part is AC minus BD, imaginary part is AD plus BC. Ordered query. In the previous classes you studied. Product of two complex numbers. If you do the product, if you simplify this, again you are getting the same thing here. Now, this is alpha beta. Now, what is alpha beta bar? Means AC minus BD, real part of the imaginary part AD plus BC. After doing multiplication, applying bar here. Then replace I by minus I in the AC minus BD minus I into AD plus BC. So, AC minus BD minus I into AD plus BC, you can return how AC minus, if I do this like this, suppose you can write the same above thing like this, A minus IB into C minus ID. If you multiply these two, are you getting the previous step? Just leave AC, yes, AC minus BD. So minus BD means here you can observe B into BD, I into I square, minus 1, minus 1, plus, so minus BD. Next minus I BC, minus IBC. Next minus IAD. If you do multiplication these, you are getting the previous step. I am writing this like this. So what is this alpha bar? What is this beta bar? So what is RHS? Alpha bar into beta. What is LHS? Alpha beta whole bar. So finally we proved second one also. Next third one. Alpha, I am doing conjugate two times. What is first for that? What is that? Let us say alpha, A plus IB. What is alpha bar? A minus IB. Yes, A plus IB bar, it is equivalent to A minus IB. What is alpha bar whole bar? Again I am applying A minus IB. Again we are applying conjugate. So replaced again I by minus sign. Conjugate means minus into minus plus. So A plus IB. Finally A plus IB is equivalent to alpha. So what I understood, if I am applying two times conjugate, you are getting the itself. Alpha bar whole bar is equal to what I got? Alpha only. So this is what LHS or RHS. Next last one, alpha beta not equal to 0. If beta is not equal to 0, then 0 is another complex number. We have to prove alpha by beta whole bar is equal alpha bar into beta bar. I have to prove. What is LHS? Alpha by beta whole bar. I have to prove alpha bar by beta bar. That I have to prove. To prove this, let us assume that gamma is equal to alpha by beta. Then what is alpha? Tell me now. Beta into gamma. Shall I write? Let us assume gamma is alpha by beta. What is alpha then? Beta into gamma. Now, alpha bar is equal to, what happened alpha bar? Beta into gamma whole bar. This bar is equivalent to this bar. Na? But by the second form, product form, what is in the previous second we discussed? Beta, alpha beta whole bar is alpha bar into beta bar. Here also I can, by using that form, beta gamma whole bar is equivalent to beta bar into gamma bar. Now I can return from this gamma bar is equal to alpha bar by beta bar. Okay, I think we proved here now. Because what is gamma? Alpha by beta. So final my conclusion is alpha by beta whole bar, gamma bar means is equal to alpha bar by beta bar, where beta not equal to 0. So this is our fourth one. So this is our theorem. We completed the theorem what we about okay, so I think you understand about conjugate concept and properties. See, you have one solved problem. Find the complex conjugate of 3 plus 4i into 2 minus 3i. Yes. So how to find? Example problem. Solved problem in your textbook. Page number 13. See. So what is the solved problem? Find the complex conjugate of 3 plus 4i into 2 minus 3. First simplify this. While you are finding conjugate, first simplify the given complex number. Okay. See what I am telling here. First you can simplify, do the product, or it is like alpha beta. Like first what you will do, first you have to simplify. According to property, you can individually also you can do all the product. Both are same. First 3 plus 4i into 2 minus 3i. Like you can simplify 3 into 2 6. First to do the product. Minus 9i plus 4 into 2 8i. Plus into minus minus 4 into 3 12. I square is minus 1. Minus into minus plus 12. Finally, what is your answer? 12 plus 6 18 minus I. This is the given complex number Z. I want to find Z bar. What is Z bar now? 18 plus 6. Because Z1, Z2, first do multiplication, Z1, Z2 bar is equivalent to Z1 bar into Z2 bar. Both are same. First I simplified this product, then I got one complex number, then I am applying Z bar, replace Z by minus 8. This is how to do the conjugate problems. All are same model. Okay. So next we will discuss our next topic, how to find square root of a complex number. Square root of a complex number Z. See, in the real numbers you know how to find square root. How to find the square root? A is equal, like what is the square root of 16? 4 plus or minus 4. Okay. What is the 9 square root? 3 or plus or minus. Square root of 4 plus or minus 2. So you have that square root of real numbers easily. But we are finding square root of a complex number. Let us see now. Okay. So just square root of complex number means first what is the meaning of how to find, then you have the theorem also. So what is here? Let Z belongs to C. Okay, any complex number. I want to find square root of any complex number. If W belongs to C, W also one of the complex number, satisfy such that it satisfy which condition? W, what is the relation? W square is equal to Z. What is the relation here? W square is equal to Z. Then W is called square root of Z. W is called a square root of Z. So what is the relation? Z is any one of the complex number, W also a one of the complex number, but it satisfies the condition W square is equal to Z, then W is called square root of Z. Means W square equal to Z means what is W? Suppose W square equal to Z means what is W? Z power 1 by 2. Means 1 by 2 means what? Square root of. So W is called what? Square root of Z. Okay, now I want to find what is W for any complex number. For example, if Z is equal to A plus IB, okay, and satisfy the relation, let us say W is equal to X plus IY, and if satisfy the relation what? W square is equal to Z, then W is called square root of Z. I want to find W, means I want to find X plus IY, that is nothing but square root of Z. So I want to give the theorem for this. Let us see. W square is equal to Z means here you have the two cases. Let us see. Because complex number, you have case 1, case 2. See, case 1 means Z is complex number, no? Maybe B0 or B not equal to 0, is it? So if B is equal to 0, then Z become what? Only A. If B not equal to 0, means either B greater than 0 or B less than 0. So the given complex number, if it is purely real part and the imaginary part is 0, only real number, then you have one part. How to, what is the square root we will discuss. If it is b not equal to 0 means it is purely imaginary or some number. B not equal to 0 means what? Maybe a 0 or may not be 0. But b not equal to 0, be positive or be negative. If I take, then it's not purely imaginary because a may be 0, may not be 0. But b not equal to 0 means either be positive or be negative. In that cases, what is the w? We have to find. In two cases, what is w? What is the square root of our z complex number? If z is equal to b0, that we will discuss. So, let us start the proof. First case. What is the first case? Case 1. What is the case 1 here? B equal to 0. If b equal to 0, then what is b0? Yes, if b0 means what is a? Not maybe 0 or greater than 0 or less than 0. If b is equal to 0, then z is equal to what? A. But I don't know whether a is positive or a is negative. I don't know. Again, you are getting two cases here. If b 0, then z becomes what? Z is equal to what? A plus ib, no? General form. If b 0, in this case, what is z? A. So now, in the again two cases, if a greater than 0 means positive. If a less than 0 means negative. If a greater than 0, what happens? If a greater than 0, then what is the relation? W square is equal to z. Z is equal to a. Again a is what? Positive. Then what is w here? Under root a. Is it? W square is equal to z. Then w is equal to what? Under root a. Is it? So I am written this. That implies what is w? Plus or minus under root a by a is positive, no? So under root a only, because for positive numbers under root is possible because a greater than 0. Okay, I am written here a is a real number. So what is the square root of real number? You are getting under root, you can write. W square is equal to a means what? What is w? Under root a. Similarly, w square is equal z is equal to a, but here a is what? Less than 0 means a value negative. In the negative case under root is possible. So what happened here now? Plus or minus I under root a. So minus a you will get because a is negative, under root should be positive. So minus into minus plus. You understand here? I think you have doubt here. Is it? See once again. W a less than 0 na? For example, w square is equal z, that is equal to a less than 0 means for example minus 5. What is a here? Minus 5. What is w? Under root minus 5 I am writing. Is it? Plus or minus under root? But you don't write in under root negative values now. So what I am doing here? Plus or minus 1 minus 1 you can written as I square. Minus 1 you can written I square. In under root I square means what you can write here? I only. If you go outside, I is equal to what? Root minus 1. So I am writing root minus 1 into root 5 like that. So what I am doing here? Plus or minus I root 5 I am writing. Here you have the dot. Madam, it is 5. It is minus a. Yes. Because what is a here? Minus 5 na? Here plus 5 means here minus a only. Minus a. A is minus 5. Then what is minus a? Minus into minus plus. You are getting 5 only. So under a negative. A negative. If you take minus a, minus into minus plus, then only you are getting positive. So try to make in under root positive only. That only possible. That's why what happened? If b is equal to 0 yes, z becomes a. If a positive, what is the square root of the complex number? Under root a. If a negative, the square root of the complex number is plus or minus I under root minus. This is the theorem. So first case. Next second case. Case 2. In the case 2, let us see. is equal to a plus I b. Here b not equal to 0 means either b positive or b negative. A may be 0, may not be 0. We don't bother about that. And now I want to discuss this here. What is the relation? Let us say w is x plus I by, suppose. What is the relation? W square is equal to z. That implies x plus I whole by whole square is equal to a plus ib. I am simplifying this. A plus b whole square formula. A square plus b square plus 2ab plus I by whole square plus 2ab means I 2xy is equal to a plus I. Now x square I square value is minus 1. So minus y square plus I 2xy is equal to a plus ib. Now tell me equality of two complex number. What is the real part here? X square minus square. What is the imaginary part? 2xy. Now by comparing equality of two complex number, I am written this. The real part in this complex number is a. The imaginary part in this complex b. Both are equal because it is equality. So now I am written a is equal to x square minus y square. B is equal to 2x. I want to simplify this. Because you know one formula, x square minus y square. You can know the one formula. What is that? A plus some. I am writing this. A plus b whole square is equal to a minus b whole square plus 4ab. Is it? Plus 4ab. Is it correct? A square plus b square minus 2ab plus 4ab. So plus 2ab. So this is one of the formula. By using this formula, I am simplifying this. For example, by using this concept, I am written this. So don't confuse. I am not this a comma b, this comma b is different. Okay, for example, x square plus y square whole square is equal x square minus y square whole square plus 4 into x square y square. You don't confuse here. Here a comma b is different. I think you will be confused here if you substitute, you are getting wrong. So instead of this, don't write this. In another terminology, this is not possible. Instead of a comma b, you can write in another. For example, you can write in another way, like a plus b whole square is equal a minus b whole square plus 4ab. Is it? A plus b whole square is equal to a minus b whole square plus 4ab. So you are writing here plus 2ab. Instead of a, x square, instead of b, y square. Capital A is x square, capital B, y square. I am applying the same formula here. Yes. So now finally I got here x square plus y square whole square equal to x square minus y square whole square plus 4x square y square. This I am written like this. What is x square minus y square? A. I am written replaced by this a square. What is x 2xy whole square? I am written nothing but b square. B is equal to 2xy. No? 2xy whole square is 4x square y square. Replaced in terms of a and b. I am converting. Now finally I got like this. So x square plus y square whole square is equivalent to a square plus b square. Then what is x square plus y square? X square plus y square is equal to under root a square plus b square. But I know x square minus y square is equal to a square. A square or a now? A only. In the previous step, you got x square minus y square is 0. Now, from 1 and 2, If I do 1 plus 2 or if I do 2 plus 1, what happened here? 2 plus 1 adding x square minus y square plus x square plus minus cancel 2x square is equal to a plus under root a square plus b square. Next, again here 2 minus 1 subtracting. If I do the subtraction, 2 minus y, this cancel, minus y square, a minus under root a square plus b square. If you do 2 minus 1, I think you are getting negative values. What I am doing here, 1 minus 2, 1 minus subtraction, this minus this. So y square minus of minus 2y square, you are getting under root a square plus b square minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 square. Now what I need, I have to find which values now, x and y. So how I am simplifying here, x square. That implies x square is equal to what happened, a plus under root a square plus b square by 2. If then x what happened, where is this, then x what happened, plus or minus under root a plus under root a square plus b square by 2. Similarly here, y square is equal to under root a square, y square is equal to under root a square plus b square minus a by 2. Then what is y? Plus or minus under root. Again under root. It is y square this. Then y is under root of under root a square plus b square minus a by 2. Okay. Now I got x and y values here. Okay. So now what is w? X plus iy. What is w here? X plus iy. And w is what? W is called square root of z. W is called square root of z. Is it? Now, but you have logic here. One more thing. You can observe. B not equal to 0 means you have two cases now. Either b greater than 0 or b less than 0. If b greater than 0, what? B less than 0, what happens? Suppose if b greater than 0, what you know, b is equal to xy. In the previous we got the relation a value is b is equal to 2xy. Suppose in this case, suppose if b greater than 0 means this is greater than 0 means what happened? 2xy is greater than 0. When it is positive, b greater than 0 means 2xy is greater than 0. When it is possible, both x and y should have same sign. Means if x is positive, y is also positive. If x is negative, y also negative. Then this 2xy becomes positive. Yes or no? Then be positive. Is it? If b less than 0 means what? 2xy less than 0. Okay. Then less than 0. B less than 0 means this is less than. This is when you get this less than 0 here. Both x and y have opposite sign. Both x and y should have opposite sign. Because if x is positive, y negative, plus into minus or minus into plus. If both have opposite sign, then product will be negative. If both have same sign, then the product is positive. So b greater than 0, b less than 0. From this, the relation of x and y you got here. See, x is what? Plus or minus under root. Y is also plus or minus under root. But how you write this? Depending on b value. The given b value is positive, given b value is negative. You have to write like this. Now final my conclusion. Hence, what is our final answer? Square root of a complex number a plus ib, x plus iy is equivalent to, how to write? Plus or minus, what is x? Already we done. What is y? X plus I am just and combinedly I am writing here. Under root a square plus b square plus a by 2 plus I into under root a square plus b square minus a by 2. Okay, this is what if this case is if b greater than 0. Next, second one, plus or minus under root a square plus b square plus a by 2 minus I under root a square plus b square minus a by 2 in the case of less than 0. Very clearly you can observe here, x means what? Plus or minus this. Y means what? Plus or minus this. Either plus or minus or we don't know here also. So, and that's why which combination you have to take, that is depending on b. Suppose what my intention, if the given a plus I want to find square root of a plus ib, you can observe the nature of sign of b there. Suppose if b is positive, you have to apply this formula. If b is negative, you have to apply this formula to find the square root of given complex number. We find the w, the given complex number a plus. Why? Because just now I told you b greater than 0 means both x and y should be positive. Here x is this, y is this. Both have same sign. X and y have same sign. You can observe plus. If I take plus, this is positive, this is positive. If you take minus here, this is positive, this is also, this is negative, this is also negative. Both have same sign. That's why b greater than 0. This is x, this is y now. This is x, this is y. Okay, so here b less than 0 means if x is positive, y is negative, then only b less than 0. B is equal to x, y now. So product means less than 0 means x, suppose plus is there. Plus if it is positive, plus into minus, minus it is negative. So if x positive, y negative. Suppose minus into this, if x negative, y become minus into minus, plus y become positive. So what happens, the b less than 0, x and y values are opposite sign. If b greater than 0 means x and y both have same sign. So depending on the sign of b, by using this formula, we have to do the problem. See that now my question is, by using how to find square root of the complex number. See the solved problem, page number 14. See that, find the square root of, find the square root of minus 5 plus 12i. See, don't think about a side, a whatever may be. You have to only think about b. Okay, what is the a value here? Minus 5. What is b value here? 12. Now tell me, b is what? Greater than 0. B is what? Greater than 0. If greater than 0, b greater than 0 means which formula you have to apply for square root now? Which formula you have to apply? W is equal to x plus I. You have to apply the formula of this. So I'm writing here under root minus 5 plus 12i. Square root of W can written as under root minus 5 plus 12i square root of the complex number a plus ib. Then apply the formula here, what? Plus or minus. What is the formula here? Total under root a square plus b square means 25 plus 144. Next, plus a, what is a? Minus 5 by 2 plus I into under root, again under root 25 plus 144 minus b, minus into minus plus minus b, b is what? Sorry, minus a is what? Minus 5 by 2. Just simplify this. You are getting square root means you are getting two values now. Yes. So we are getting two answers here. How many roots you have? Two roots here with respect to plus 1 value, with respect to minus 1 value. If you simplify this, here you have simplification. 25 plus 144, 169. Under root 169 is 13. 13 minus 5 is what? 13 minus 5 is what? 8. 8 by 2, 4. Under root 4. Simplification directly here. Under root 13 minus 5 by 2 plus I under root 13 plus 5 by 2. Now plus or minus 13 minus 5, 8, 8 by 2, 4. So final answer is 2 plus I into 13 plus 5 is what? 18 by 2, 9, under root 9 is 3. So what is your answer now? Plus 2 plus or minus 2 plus I3. So now your answer is square root of this complex number is 2 plus 1 1 side. If b is negative, you can apply the second one. So this is how to find square root of a given complex number, and by using the sign of b positive you are getting one formula, if b negative you are having one formula. By using that formulas we can easily solve the how to find square root of a given complex numbers. Okay, so now just let us see the last concept here, how to find what is the nth root of a complex number. Just notation. Otherwise, you have one note point here. See, here he given one note. I think how to find what is root I? What is root minus I value? Here, what is A? 0. What is B? What is B here? 1. Means here B is equal to 1 is positive. You have to apply. Do these problems by yourself. Find root I and root minus I. Root I means what? A is equal to 0, B equal to 1 means you have to apply B greater than 0 concept formula, above formula. Here root minus 1 means what? A is equal to 0 and B is equal to minus 1 means less than 0. Na? So you have to apply second formula. So use the same formula, do the problems, you will get the answers. Okay, next. See, he given one more thing. Suppose root a plus ib is plus or minus x plus iy, now just now I discussed. Then similarly, you can write one note point. Root a minus ib is plus or minus x minus ib. Instead of plus y, here you have minus. Okay, same formula. X and y values are same. Now, if you do addition, what happens for both? You do addition. Root a plus ib plus root a minus ib. Means do the addition these two. Two cases you are existing now. With respect to same sign and with respect to opposite sign. If you are same sign, what happened? Y by cancel. Plus x plus iy plus x minus iy. Plus into iy we cancel, getting 2x. If you take opposite sign, you will get x terms are cancelled, y terms are left. For example, if same sign, if you observing here, you are getting what this plus x plus iy plus x minus, you are getting 2x. But what is x here? What is x? You know in the previous theorem, what is x? Plus or minus. What is x? 2 into x. What is x? 2 plus or minus under root a square plus b square plus a by 2. So this 2 root 2 means I am writing simplification. This under root I am writing here under root a square plus b square plus 2a. Okay. Similarly, if I take opposite sign, in that case r, if I take opposite sign, means you are getting minus plus x plus iy. If you take minus x minus iy, so cancel, you are left in, it is equivalent to 2iy. Is it? Plus or minus 2iy you will get. So if you substitute y value here, then simplify, you are getting final answer is like this, plus or minus I into under root 2 under root a square plus b square minus 2a. Both are same. Okay, what I did here, just substitute y value here. Okay, substitute y value here, 2 to root 2 or 2 by root 2 means under root 2 here, then minus 2a is left. So this is one note point if you do the addition in your text in this way. Okay. Now last concept is nth root of a complex number. Nth root. In the previous I done square root. Now I am discussing nth root of a complex number. Nth root of a complex number means it has n roots. Square root means 2 roots. Just 2 answers you got with respect to plus, with respect to minus. So what is the nth root of a complex number is, Here in the previous square root means we discussed w square is equal to z. Here nth root means w power n is equal to z. If z belongs to C, any complex number, then w is also belongs to the complex number. If it satisfies the condition w power n is equal to z, then w is called nth root of z and is denoted by w can written as z power 1 by n. Square root. If n is equal to 2 means you are getting what? Square root. That is w square is equal to z. In the previous we discussed w is equal to z power 1 by 2. This is what square root concept. Instead of 2 you have generalized form nth root means w power n equal to z, then w is equal to z power 1 by n, where n belongs to natural number. N be a positive integer. You have to take n belongs to positive integer means natural number if I take. So what is my z power 1 by n is nothing but what? Nth root of a complex number z. How many roots you have here? Here square root means 2 roots. Nth root means how many roots you have here? Clearly n distinct roots you have means n solutions you have. N distinct roots you have. Here you have two answers to it, plus 2 plus 3i minus 2 plus 3i like that. Here how many? 1 by n means n roots. N root means you have n solutions. So now finally you can also write this. Let z be a non-zero complex number, n be a positive integer, then z power m, suppose you can also written like this. Z power m by n is defined as z power m into 1 by n. Both are same. This is what? nth root of z power m. First nth root of z power m. So where z not equal to 0 for non-zero complex number, and then what happens? Z power m have how many distinct values? N distinct values. So n distinct solutions you have. This is what nth root of a complex number. So nth root of a w cube is equal to z. Then what is w? Z power 1 by 3. Like w square equal to z means w is equal to z power 1 by 2. It is square root of a complex number. It is nth root of a complex number. It has two solutions. It has n solutions. So this is still we have to discuss some more solved problems and so many things in the next session. Please go through this. Thank you.